Yo, it's come through. Uh-oh, stream within a stream. Someday I will not be a noob. Oh, speaking, today is not that day. Forgot my lights. Let's fire up the old lights. Oh, that's bright. I moved my lights, so it may not be great lighting anymore. I moved them. I don't know why I moved them. That's just really freaking bright, dude. Pointing them slightly less at me. Guess that's okay. Maybe I could turn it down a little bit. We'll take it. Not the best. This is a programming stream, not a good lighting stream. Okay, but it would be nice if it was good lighting. Let's point this a little less directly right at myself. Look. Ooh. Yeah, boy. Got that 5 head. It's a really good mirror. All right. Alrighty. What are we doing on this stream? We don't know yet. Alright. Let's recap where we were from last time. No. Debug. Alright. So from last time we've built up our little editor window. It's not really an editor window. It's a window. And last time we kind of sorted out some stuff around. Oh, no, that's bad. Yeah, this is bad because we've got texture compression going on, and the image I just dragged in probably isn't the right dimensions to support that. So let's not do that. I think I made this one square or this one square. Details. Nope, not that one. Maybe this one. No. I think it was this one. It was one of these ones. Yeah, that one. There we go. Yeah, texture compression requires your image be certain dimensions, and typically you have some handling to take care of that. Like if it's not power of 2 or divisible by 4 or something like that. Yeah, power of 2. I think it's power of 2. Like edges of this image have to be power of 2 length. And if it's not, then you have to like do some handling like padding and stuff. So anyway, the image I dragged in was probably not power of 2 along the length and width. But this one is. So we figured it out last week. That's cool. In the code, that's like all programmer fuel. In the code, that's all right here. So we're using STB image to load a, whatever we pass in. It happens to be a PNG, I think. And then we are using compressed block BC3, which is from this IESPC texture compressor library. So yeah, and we pass in we pass in the data that we unloaded with STB, and we get out a compressed version of the image we passed in. And then instead of using GL text image 2D and passing in the data from STB, we're calling GL compressed text image 2D and passing in the compressed data. So that's pretty neat. And in the course of trying to get this to work, we discovered that you can't use frame buffer. So when we were doing text image, we were creating a frame buffer and then using this method here to attach the texture to the frame buffer. But you can't do that with a compressed texture image because like a compressed texture is not the documentation says it's not something you can attach to a frame buffer because like you're not rendering into a compressed image. Which I say that with a slight asterisk. Like I don't know, maybe the frame buffer can have a compressed format. I don't know. That's a good question that I don't have an answer to. I probably should find that out. Anyway, but in order to get this text image 2D to work, we could not be doing these methods of binding it to a frame buffer. And that, made me realize actually, even when we were doing this text image 2D, we actually didn't need the frame buffer part. Because we're just creating an image, we're just creating a texture and passing that to IMGUI. So we're not doing anything with the rendering pipeline really yet. So we didn't need this frame buffer to begin with. Anyway, so that's the path to where we are right now. And I don't really have like a specific roadmap or anything. I'm just kind of exploring with stuff. So obviously right now it doesn't make any sense to have to be loading images and creating compressed textures. It doesn't make any sense to be doing that inside the while loop where I'm processing events from the hardware or events from the operating system, basically from the platform. So a natural place to go would be to move this stuff somewhere else. I also am kind of interested in you could drag in an image and it would like create a little thumbnail over here or a thumbnail somewhere. So I'm kind of interested in like how do you generate a thumbnail? Do you just um create a smaller version of this image? Yeah, like how do you create a thumbnail? I don't know how to do that. Like I can imagine you just make a lower resolution version of this image, but like is there a prescribed way of doing that or do you just do it? uh yeah. So I guess if we were to move this stuff out of here, we would be kind of like thinking about how did we want to do how we want the code for that to look. And if we go with trying to like make a thumbnail, we'd be kind of getting more into how the UI itself works. And then we could also get into some stuff like, if it is a little thumbnail over here, being able to click it and either have it view here or like you click it and drag it over here. There's stuff we could do with that. So, like I said, pretty exploratory. I'm not totally sure where I want to go. I think what I want to do is look at like what it means to create a thumbnail. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna update the stream. Cool, 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 cool. If you're in the chat, drop a message. Or I guess if you are in the chat, you would have already dropped a message. If you're lurking, if you're one or two people lurking, drop a message in chat. What do you think would be interesting? Let's see. Let's do a little Googling. Is there like a prescribed, is there best practices around making thumbnail images? How to make a thumbnails viewer. Somebody in 2007, I'm retracing their steps. Cool. Let's see what gamedev.net has to say about it. Huh. And that question doesn't seem to be what we want. Like, I mean, not dumb, but you know, is it a naive implementation to just be like, okay, I dragged in this image, now I want to like create a lower res version of the same thing? Like, I guess that obviously that's what a thumbnail is, but it's like, what's the programmatic way to do that? Hmm. Maybe this is boring and I should go do the other thing. Nope, this is what we're doing. I'm committed to it. All right, this didn't have any help. The render maps and they compress thumbnail images. I think I might have this book. How come I can't? Oh. Uh, I don't think the compression. Ah, maybe I am gooey. I mean, the first question I guess I have is like, how do you even resize an image programmatically, right? Because yeah, that's not like when you go into Paint, MS Paint, and you resize an image. There's obviously something more sophisticated going on there to do that. Hmm. Resize image. Let's see. Maybe I should ask. Hey, this could be. Maybe this will be like the first thing I use Chat GPT for. Try. All right. Take a real quick break while I create an account on this. I just don't want to create an account on stream. All right. BRB. Break. Go get a snack. Smokes if you got them. Smokes if you got 'em. Okay, I swear I know how to create an account. Okay. All right. Just a sec. Uh, geez, now it wants information. Come on. Geez, and what's my phone number? No. Oh, now I have to enter a code. Wow, this is more work than I was expecting. Oh, I wasn't even typing it. All right. Let's see what Chat GPT can do. Oh, no, come on. I don't want to. I'm gonna update the stream. All right. All right, so it's like to create a thumbnail image from a source image in C++, we could use OpenCV library. Uh, so yeah, got a ratio. Okay, so OpenCV provides a resize. Okay, so this gives some hints about what to do. I'm not using OpenCV though, but that gives me a say. All right. So now let's say like I don't know how you like respond to it. Oh, okay, I don't want to do that. Like, can we be like aha, look at this. I'm actually like this is actually kind of rad because uh like after seeing the first answer with OpenCV, I was like, oh, let me just go look at what STB image would do. Like does because like all right, well let me finish let me let this and I'll explain like what my thought process is and why I'm smiling about this. Okay, I don't want to use standard. I don't want to use the standard library max. Like, is there a way to write it without that? Probably. You're just trying to, yeah, you're just trying to find the width, which one is, which dimension is greater. It's giving us a little explanation. Okay, well, while it writes that out, like, so when I was looking at this code with OpenCV, I was like, okay, so the meat seems to be this resize. Well, okay, there's two things that's the meat. First, the ratio. Uh, and then mainly this resize. I was like, so I was thinking to myself, oh, I wonder STB image has a resize function. So like I was literally gonna go Google that, and then I was like, well, let's just see if we say without using OpenCV. And so that's why when I saw it, I was like, oh, we can use this. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's crazy. And like I had never looked to see if STB had image resize. All right. So now let's say, okay, now let's say I mean, I don't really care about this part so much, but let's just see what it can do. Create a thumbnail image from a sort without using. Hmm. So that's interesting. Like, it didn't quite seem to understand that ask. Oh, geez. Yeah, this is writing everything. Well, sort of. Hmm. Yeah, this is a complete miss. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's just save it. So I don't want that. Let's see. Okay, and without using S, because that's the part I don't want to use that. Let's see. I mean, obviously, I could have figured this out too, right? I'm smarter than the AI, I think, right? I would have no. Like all I was using standard max for was just to pick which dimension here was greater. Huh. I wonder why. Hmm. So, come on. Oh, well, I don't care about that because I'm gonna. I kind of wish. All right, like maybe I can say I liked where it was going with this one. Like, I wish there was like I don't what I don't know from here. Like, I don't want this. What I don't know from here is like, can I? Like, I kind of want to be like, go back. Back to the implementation with uh stb image, but don't use. If it gets this, I'm gonna be like super impressed. I mean, I'm already kind of super impressed. I just don't like that it like this question seems to have thrown it off, and so it went off into this territory of writing all this stuff. I like where it was going with using stb. Okay. Huh, pretty neat. I'm impressed. Cool. I like it. That may either be a reflection of me or something else. Hmm. Cool. All right. Well, let's use this code. Let's use this code and but I don't want to use it like I want to like wrap my head around this calculation. So like you're saying you do the height divide divided by the width times the thumbnail width. Oh, I think this is an aspect ratio thing. Yeah, so you're pick yeah, this right here is an aspect ratio thing. So you just like kind of assume right here you're assuming an aspect ratio of 1, and then you're doing this right here because you're like which is the longer dimension here? Uh so if width is the longer dimension, then they use that to drive the calculation of thumbnail height. And then if if basically if width is the same, aka it's 1, like the aspect ratio is 1 or less, then you're driving the width with the height. So yeah, this is just aspect ratio. That's cool. That is cool. That is cool. And we could come up later. Like right now, I'm not too worried about the use of new. later on in this project, I want to like look at memory stuff, like, and possibly not using new, like trying to do everything on the stack or from our own allocator. But for now, this is fine. Cool. All right, we're gonna use this code. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. All right. It's the first time I've used ChatGPT, and I have to say I am impressed. All right. So let's see. Let's set ourselves a goal here. I'm gonna update the stream definition. All right, stream. I just don't want to have Chat GPT in the title anymore. And people come by being like, let's use what? You're not using Chat GPT? Not anymore. All right. Let's set a little goal here. I want to be able to drag a image in here and have it put a little thumbnail over here in this contents panel. Let's just get to that. That's our goal. Doesn't really mean much other than like it's a goal. It's good to have goals. So we're gonna go ultra hacky here. And we're not gonna organize our code. We're just going, we're slapping it together. Although that was a lot of code. So never mind, I take it all back. I think we're gonna need something like yeah, we're gonna need like date. And then let's go create a function up here like and then let's take that in and we probably also need yeah, we need the file name. All right, now we should be able to paste in yeah, we should be able to paste in our Chat GPT code. So we don't need this. And so we don't need this int main anymore. Don't need int main anymore. This stuff we do need, but we don't need it right here. So let's take this, move it up. Just plug it here, but we already have this, so we don't need that. Ooh, maybe we need C, man. We've already done the STB implementation, so we can delete the one. Oh, what is this? Oh, we don't have this. We have this one. We don't have the STB image right. Yep. We can fix that. We can fix that. We can fix that. Release cadence intensifies. Oh. Renamed SDL2 backend files and added experimental SD3 backend. That's cool. Yeah, I know SDL3 is in the works or it's out or something. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense to rename them to, yeah, make it more clear. Yeah. Wow, look at all these other changes. Holy moly. All right. Well, this stream isn't about reading this, but that's really interesting. What we were doing, we were looking for, yeah, we, we were looking for, we need STB image right. Is this the latest? Let's go STB image right raw. Yeah. All right. While we're here, I'm going to delete this because I do not see myself using that STB DXT. We looked at it in previous streams and it just does not seem like a thing I want to use right now. So we will go ahead and delete that. We will add STB image right, and that means we got to go change some CMake. Nope, we don't have to because we already got the STB thing here. So yeah, we're good. There. STB image right. I think this. Just think that hasn't updated yet. All right. So, all right. Well, I made a. This is returning, but I made it. I'm thinking we missed something. Like, is it? Yeah, it forgot. It forgot this. It's interesting. It kind of in this one, it got the resize function, but in this one, wait, what are we using image right? This one, it got the output. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? Whoopsie. Let's see what happens if we tell it this. Yeah, that's cool. Neat. Which means we got to go get that header file. I mean, this is pretty cool. I think I might be a believer in ChatGPT. Oh yeah. I might be a believer. I mean, I think I agree with the general take. Uh, like, this is useful if you kind of know what you're doing. All right. I think I've followed this dev somewhere. Like I I've seen the discussion on Twitter, and I think I kind of agree with it. Like, if you're looking at this chat GPT code and you literally have no idea what it means, you've never used STB image before, like even starting from the top, like knowing that I didn't want to use OpenCV, you know, if you've never done this before, which I've never done it, but I've never created a thumbnail before, but like I kind of knew enough to know that I didn't want to use OpenCV. Let's just say I was familiar enough. So like, yeah, I think this tool is very powerful if you already kind of know what you want to do. And which is the same thing for like Stack Overflow. So like if you go to Stack Overflow and you cut and paste code, you know, good luck. But yeah, this is pretty rad. Just pretty rad because it saved me a bunch of time, right? I knew that I didn't know like I knew that I didn't know like what the approach was. I knew it had to involve some kind of resizing code. So this saved me a buttload of time of not having to go, browse through stuff. It kind of like gave me the gist of what I need to do. And like as I learn more about the problem, like right now I'm just experimenting, so this code is fine. But like as I get into it, I might discover reasons why this code isn't what I want. But at least Chat GPT got me started, so it saved me a lot of time. I think that's actually pretty valuable. So I don't think we need to return a thing here. We can just early exit. So here we're obviously, what we would want to do here is probably like size, since we kind of set ourselves the goal of putting a thumbnail over here, we would probably want to get some information about how wide this panel is so that it can drive this width, but for now we don't care. But we actually don't care about doing this so much. Well, we don't care about doing this part so much right now, actually. So we can go up here and comment this part out. We don't care about writing it out right now. What we do care about is taking this and creating a compressed texture. Actually, we don't even care about that. Yeah, we don't even care if it's compressed right now. Let's make our let's not complicate our lives any more than we have to. So we are interested in this code right. Basically, we want this. Which I wonder if we could get ChatGPT. Sorry for my sudden silence. Trying to update my title and my tags, trying to attract viewers. All right. All right. All right. We're not using, well, we are using glue actually. We're using glue. We're not using GLFW. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, do I need to increase the size of this for the stream? There you go. So be kind of neat if it kind of knew that, like, when you say now create an OpenGL texture, like why does it have to regenerate? Because it's going so slow and slowly regenerating all of this stuff first. Like, just append this, don't regenerate that. It seems like it was going slow enough that it was regenerating. So just like append this. All right. I don't need to see it regenerate the whole fucking thing. Whoop! Dropped an F-bomb. I don't need to see it regenerate the whole thing again. All right, so this is basically what we were going to put, right? We don't need MIP maps. Tight. All right. I mean, let's just take this code, man. ChatGPT did all the hard work. All right, maybe we should join the OpenAI Discord. Well, I'll join that, but not on stream. I gotta send a chat to my homies. Like, holy shit. I had to let my homies know that ChatGPT has impressed me. It has impressed me. Not like I'm somebody that. Yeah. Impressing me is not that impressive. Just got to throw in some self-deprecation. Just got to throw it in there. So we don't need. Oh, hey, what am I doing? Why am I coding? Why am I even coding? Why am I cutting and pasting? Just tell ChatGPT to do it. Okay, but they got to speed this up. This is too slow. It needs to be like. I'm sure maybe it's rate limited or something. I think based on this experience, I'm gonna go invest in Nvidia. I don't know. Not investment advice. I don't know anything about investing. That was just something stupid to say. Thought it sounded funny. It's purely for comedic effect. Okay. See, like, ways of giving me all this is like, I've accepted your answer, basically. I've accepted your answer. So why are you rewriting it? Just freaking yeah. Oh, I guess it kind of has to rewrite it because I did this, but see, yeah, okay, whatever. It just feels like it's having to regenerate literally the whole thing as opposed to just cut and paste it inside of a function. Like, I'm sure that's probably hard to do. Or maybe if you upgrade to plus, you get faster. I would guess that that's probably. I wonder what they wrote this app in. Like, is this JavaScript? Is this what? Like, is this JavaScript? Like, let me see. It's like, is it like written in something else, and then is it a web assembly? Oh, well, this stream is not about that. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, my bad, my bad. My bad. Sorry, ChatGPT. I mean, this is taking around a lot more time to do this particular part than what it would take me to cut and paste. It would take me to move some things around, but you know, for the kicks, we'll accept it. I don't know. This is a thing. You still kind of need to know what you're doing. I think our engine A is going to be written with ChatGPT assistance. Heck yeah. Look, it even tells me how to. All right. We're going to be like engine A, engine written with assistance from an AI. All right. Maybe we'll call it engine AI. No, that's dumb. I don't know if that's boneheaded. Let's say it's boneheaded. I don't. Yeah, let's call it boneheaded. That's boneheaded. That was but anyway. All right. So also, I would be like, but write it in snake case. No, it's okay. For whatever reason, at some point, I realized I can't stand looking at things in camel case. Like, and I hate when you're writing a function. You're like, you know, should it be thumb lowercase nail or should it be thumbnail? You know, and I don't know. I just feel like camel case always leads to kind of like weird choices that have to get made. And like, you know, here's an example. Why, like, no, I guess that's right. You know, yeah, whatever. But whatever. I don't like camel case. I don't have to explain it. I don't like it. Personal preference. Okay, but I want to call it the same thing, okay? Alright. And we will keep this in here, so we don't, yeah, I'm having, no, let's just take it out. We don't care about it right now. We do not care about it right now. All right. And then we can go down here. And see, it even wrote it different. Like, when I started my function signature, I was going to pass in a texture handle by reference, but it's going ahead and just returning it. So, that's kind of interesting. Also, it knew to use GLUint, which, according to the spec, I don't think you're guaranteed that a GLUint is the same thing as like what your computer considers to be a uint. Like, so, like in my code right here where I'm uint32 and I'm using it as a texture, I actually think according to the OpenGL specification, that's not technically guaranteed. That's not guaranteed by the spec. Yeah. So let's All right, so we need to do it before before that. So let's see, thumbnail texture. So let's just we'll just appreciate our friend ChatGPT. I don't know if I like that. I'm just doing that for now, okay? Why am I even like why didn't I just cut and paste? Uh Input image put path, output image path. Output image path. We don't need the output image path right now, right? Because we decided against we decided against writing the image out. So we don't need that. So we just need to input element and the thumbnail size. Interesting. So it's going to do the image load. So we've actually already done that. So instead of doing that, let's just say I think like if you wanted to, so like this is saying shoot, I forget the constness. I think this is saying like you have a pointer to an unsigned. Yeah, if you dereference data, then you have a const unsigned car, right? So if you're trying to say you cannot change what this points to, because like, yeah, like then you also have to say const, right? So now if I were, so what that const right there does is if you were to say data equals, you know, some array, right? I'm pretty sure the compiler would complain about that. Yeah, expression must be a modifiable L value. In this case, data is the L value, and it's not modifiable because we said it's a const pointer. So yeah, can't do that. So that, you know, like if you wanted to, this is part of like the whole thing in C++ about const correctness, which I don't know why I added that there or even started talking about it. I guess I like to think about it because I'm always trying to remind myself because it's hard to read. It's like, okay, what is this? Which one is this const about? This const is about that, but this const is about this. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Anywho. All right, so we don't need this line. We don't need that line because we already have data, right? And we're not going to do this because this function is not in charge. We only want to, yeah, this is fine because this function did the allocations. That's fine. All right, so then we want, when we call that, when we invoke this, we just want to pass in. This isn't going to work because, oh, no, it should. So we want to be like data and 128. All right. Cool. And then we can free the data, that's fine. And then down here in our contents, we want to be like if thumbnail texture is greater than 0. I want to basically do this. Yes, we want this to. No, we don't want this. Because this is gonna make this is gonna make it the full. I mean, we can go see what this does, but this isn't what we want. This, well, I'll let the bug go, but this isn't what we want. Oh. Put it up there. The heck? I think sometimes Visual Studio Code gets kind of behind. I think once if this works, we're going to go ahead and end the stream because I have zero idea what this even means. Oh, because I'm a bonehead. I'm a boneheaded programmer. There we go. Good thing I have ChatGPT by my side. This should work. What we're expecting is to drag in a texture and get a thumbnail and get the main texture in the scene view and a thumbnail in the contents view. Although we know the contents one is going to be messed up right now because we're passing in this full canvas size and that's not what we want. What we want to be a thumbnail is actually currently erroneously going to take up the entire contents panel. All right. Let's go compile this. And I'll be dang, I don't remember the compile. I really got to write a thing that does this compiling for me. Like, I can't remember that. Warning. Okay, we don't care about warnings right now. We'll fix those. Oh! Dang. Width is being used without being initialized. Oh, dang. Yep. That's my bad. ChatGPT 1, me 0. Yeah. So when you do this, yeah, see this. Which is what those warnings were about. So I ignored the warnings at my own peril, and it was perilous. All right. So then we got to go down here. Do we add it? Shit. Can't remember. We added it before thumbnail size. And we got this information already at XYN. Yeah, I think like once this happens, maybe we'll fix the canvas size thing, but probably in the stream, like yeah. Getting old and having 2 kids is like, yeah, I can't be staying up till 12:30 streaming anymore. I think like targeting about an hour. Yeah, about an hour is probably pretty good for the stream. Or maybe I'll call it because I really want to play some Fortnite. All right, yeah. So we kind of knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. Let's fix it. And also, we should probably turn on warnings or errors. Should turn that compiler flag on. Yeah. So what we really want down here Why are we calculating the aspect ratio? We're not using it. Writing a note to myself. I don't want to delete that out. I want a reminder to go see what I was using it for in the past. At some point in the past, I thought it was important enough to add that. My headphones give me an itch on the top of my head. All right. So this gets, but really we just want it to be basically I think we want canvas. We want the y to be the same as the x. And this isn't always true, but for now, it can be true because the image I'm testing with is a aspect ratio of 1. So it's okay for now. We would want to make this. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed a line break there. All right. Ah, okay. That's the right dimensions, but that's not the image we're expecting. We're expecting this same image, so something is wonky. All right, let's go debug the wonkiness. ChatGPT, what did you do wrong? ChatGPT, just kidding. It's not the robot's fault. Can't be the robot's fault. Yeah, we don't need that. So, I if I had to guess anything, I would say it's this, right? Because we forced. Let's see. Yeah. Well, this should be the same as what we did, right? Let's go take a look and compare that with let's compare that with ours. Man, I need to fix my VS Code shortcuts. I messed them up and I suffering for it. All right, so let's go make sure that this makes sense. Oh, it does not make sense. I think. Yeah, so ChatGPT doesn't know, like it did this, right? We went through this on like one of the first streams where we started trying to figure this out. Like channels, because I've looked at this image before, I'm pretty sure I know channels comes back as 3, right? But and which was probably fine for ChatGPT because ChatGPT was loading the data and using it here, right? So it's probably fine. But because I altered the function to take the data that we loaded. Well, we loaded it with STB and passed in 4, which that overrides. So like the image might only have 3 channels, but by passing in 4, that overrides it and says you have 4 channels, and probably it fills the 4th channel with the value 1 or 255, whichever one. Probably 255 actually. I don't know actually. I have no idea. It's either 1 or 2. This forces it to have 4 channels if it doesn't already. And if it was 3 channel and it's turning it into 4 channel, it fills it probably with 1 or 255. That's what I'm trying to say there. Anyway, so we passed that in, but look, when we did this, we had to fix this part right here. See? So that's what we need to do. We need to go do GLRGBA. And that may fix it, or maybe a step towards fixing it. I could probably like make it load this image automatically in the code. Yep, there we go. Tight. Yeah, we created a thumbnail. I don't know, is that legal on Twitch? My bad. It's just an expression, right? Handgun pistols. We did it. All right. This one is more correct than this because this one is stretching. Yeah, that's probably why I have that aspect ratio code in the yeah. That's why I just kind of answered my own question. So like in my code, I was like, I made a note to myself. Go remember why I had this aspect ratio, and the exact reason why is this. Right now, it's taking my 1:1 aspect ratio image and stretching it to match this canvas, this IMGUI canvas, right? Right. So this is more right because it's a 1:1 aspect ratio image and it's displaying 1:1 here. So that's cool. This is pretty rad. So next steps would be like, I wanted to, like, I don't actually, what next step is what is this? What I would like the behavior to be is I drag an image in. It does not display it in the scene view, but it does create the thumbnail. And then if I click the thumbnail, it either shows it here, or if I like drag the thumbnail over, it displays it. That's the behavior I'd like to go for. So that's rad. Hey, I'm pretty happy with that. It was fun experimenting with ChatGPT. It's fun kind of working through the things we changed, and then we got a bug, and it's like, okay, well, like mapping what we did, combining it with what ChatGPT wrote. That was pretty cool. And to be honest, that's a lot like working with another programmer, right? Like you write some code, they write some code, and then you try to bring it together, and there's going to be like a few things to work out to bring like your implementations in line, unless like you both talked about all the details ahead of time. You never have all the details ahead of time. There's always like you write code, they write code, and then when you start to bring it together, you're like, oh well, that's not quite compatible, which is exactly what happened here. So that's pretty rad. Okie doke. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I feel like that's a natural stopping point. If you've been lurking at all, I would appreciate if you drop something in chat or drop a follow. I've got a cool follower notification, so you can get a dopamine hit from that if you're a little low dopamine. All right, but I am gonna end the stream. So, yep, probably have the video of this up on YouTube in a couple days. So, yep, I'll be back streaming tomorrow, probably around 10:30. Yep. So, bye. Did I look at the camera and say bye? Bye. Psychopath.